Love the mix. What? Alright. Okay. Oops, I almost pulled up a video. Boy, that meme is old already. Anyways, let's see. Alright. Oh, my phone. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna get this set up real quick. And then I'll show what we're about to talk about here. Shut up. Okay, we're gonna just mainly talk about my division. And this deals with the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Florida Panthers. There's 6 teams in our division, so it's going to be Tampa, Carolina. I'm going to count how many there already is. 1, 2, 3. So, I guess I gotta get it all set up first. Now, some teams haven't played um, all 3 games. Some have, like I have. I'm going 2-1. I did just go play Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, so it was a very good game. Actually, there's 8 teams in our division. This one's a more, it's a bigger division than most. Some are not as many, but we're not going to even talk about those divisions because it's just ours is really interesting. So let me get the live scene on. Okay. So right now, I'm just going to move them to where they are and going to talk about why they're there and what's going on and all that kind of stuff and who they're going to be facing next and all that kind of stuff. So, since Chicago beat uh, Vegas, um, Vegas, I actually think. So right now, I know I'm up front right now. Well, actually, no, Carolina's up front. I'm in second place. It's going from left to right. I'm in second place because Carolina blew out the Florida Panthers with a 3-point lead, and with me losing to Tampa pretty badly, um, 5-2, and having a -3. I only had 3 points at that time, and then with this win, I only had 2 points, so there's technically still in the lead. Chicago won against Vegas pretty badly, 5-2, so they're sitting happily in third. Detroit is actually is in the same boat as Florida. Florida and Detroit are 0-1-1, both with an overtime win. So Tampa's in front of Florida, and Pittsburgh's in front of Vegas. Vegas is actually going 0-2 right now. He's definitely struggling with a lot of the games. They're struggling. This is not real life NHL, by the way. This is just based off of our league, or Tennessee Hockey League. Um, right now, Carolina's just leading in the division, but I know for sure, which I need to see who plays them. Okay, well, I think Carolina plays Philadelphia at one point, but if they do lose, this is what can happen. So if Carolina loses, let's say Carolina plays Philadelphia and loses by like 2, I move up front. They'll go 1-1. And let's say that Chicago loses, and let's say that they lose to let's say they lose to like Pittsburgh or a really good team, then they'll actually fall behind Detroit, and Detroit will be in third place. Now, it's going to be 4 teams that can only make it in each division. Each one has 8 teams, and only 4 can make it into that division or make it into the playoffs. So what that means is, let's say it ends right now, I would technically be um, the highest team or the like most powerful team in the whole league, or not in the whole league, the whole division. Carolina would be second place, Detroit would be in third, and then Chicago would be wild card in terms of the division kind of rank. So what that would mean, and this is how our playoffs are working this week or this year, is that the wild card will always play the number 1 player. So it'll be me versus Chicago, and it'll probably be in Chicago first. Um, And then the other way it's working is that the second player in one division will play the first player in another division. So like let's say Pittsburgh's in, or not Pittsburgh, Boston right down here would be like in first place. It'd be Carolina versus Boston. It would be like some pretty good games. Um, Detroit would be facing someone else's second player. So that would be like Philadelphia or something like that. It it's pretty difficult, but what we're expecting it to be like is like this. We're expecting me to be in second place and Vegas to move to fourth because Vegas, he started off pretty bad. Well, actually, he plays Carolina, so that's the next game for Carolina is against Vegas, and then he plays Boston and Vancouver. So I'm expecting him to win those big games and to get up here into fourth. Um, but the other prediction that a lot of other people had is that I was in first, but Detroit was in second. That's one uh, prediction that they had for our division. Now, that would be the first time in 2 years for Detroit for our whole division. I mean, this division's been here for years. That they would be in second place. They've always been in third or in fourth. For the longest time, and this is even, I mean, this is complete facts for this whole division, is for a while, it's always been Carolina first, or no, I'm sorry, Vegas first, me in third, Detroit in fourth, and Tampa in. All right, let me shrink Tampa real quick because it's not. There we go, and Tampa being in fourth. Um, and these 4 right here just not making it in most of the time. Um, Now, in the recent years, we've actually had Pittsburgh take Tampa's position and be the 4th team, and it be where I'm still just in third. Now, this happened. I think it was 4 years ago, where I was actually in last place, and it went like that. It went Vegas, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Tampa. Now, only time that I was doing that really bad was when I had like I think it was 3 games against Carolina, and I was doing terrible. But this year, it's kind of going like this. Let me shrink Vegas there a little bit. Tampa's down here. I need to shrink Florida too. Pittsburgh's down there, and Chicago's up there. So right now, it's really looking like this. Detroit's up there pretty well. Over their pretty good their overtime win against Columbus Blue Jackets. Right now I'm in second place after the win against Pittsburgh. Carolina's in first with their win against Florida. Their 5-2 win. Um, Trying to get these to look right. Oh yeah, okay. We got this set up right. So right now Vegas is actually in last place. He's not doing very well. Um, he lost to Minnesota and to um, Chicago. Those two losses were, to a lot of us, surprising because usually he does not struggle that much. Usually he's in first place for many years, but this time he's in last. Um, and that's actually history breaking for him. Is that this is his worst record in years. He's never went 0-2 in a while. Um, Same for me. If I lose to, if I lose in Chicago in my next game and I tie myself 2-2, it's actually the worst record I've had in 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years ago. I think it was like 8-10 or something. I was doing pretty bad. Um, but it'll be the first time for me in a while to have a tying record, which is also my worst record. Um, this is the first time for Detroit to be going 0-1 or 0-1. It's the first time that they've tied in losing in overtime wins. Now Pittsburgh is going 1-1 after facing me. I played in Pittsburgh, beat them 3-1, and that's what made me move up to 2-1. If I was gonna lose, then Chicago would have taken my spot, and it would have been Detroit in third, Chicago in second, and Pittsburgh in fourth, and I would have been all the way down with them. But and then we are going to I'm going to go ahead and get the other division going as long as there's I just noticed that's not showing up as big for you guys. I'm sorry about that, but um we're going to kind of, or actually we might not be able to. Yeah, I don't have their logos yet, so I'm not going to sit here and go and download them and search them and everything. So this is technically what's going on in our division. What can happen in a few weeks or even days is if I win, I can move up front, and that's going against Chicago. If Detroit wins and Chicago loses and goes 1-1, they can actually move forward because they're 1-1. Vegas does really need a win at this point. We are on our third week, which means that we only have 7 more games until it's close to playoffs. We are doing, I think, 10 more games. Yeah, we're doing 10 more games to be qualification rounds, and they have to at least win half of the games to make it in. That's how it's gonna go. In terms of right now, I would check in on the games to see how your favorite team's doing, or anything like that, or to even just watch how any team's playing. But right around we're at the 3 mark, so 2 more games, and then there's gonna be another check of the division, And that's when I would start worrying about your team because at the half point mark of the qualification rounds, if your team's not doing good, let's say Vegas is going 0 and 5, he's going to struggle trying to get in because he's now got to win 5 games in total to be 5 and 5 and to move up or to even just be tied with somebody, and then he's got to win another 5 to make it into the playoffs. Um, let's say in my sake I'm 2 and 1. Let's say we just ended it right now and we just went to qualification rounds. I would have to win at least 4 more games. It would have to be where I'm 6 and 1. Yeah, 6 and 1, and then I can lose the rest of the games and be fine. Carolina, they haven't played their second game yet. Most of the other games, like our third games, are going to be delayed until they play their second games. So like Tampa's got to play, Detroit's got to play to get the third game in, Chicago's got to play, and Vegas is going to play to get the third game in, and that's even for anybody else. Is there any questions about the division right now, or even about anything about the hockey right now for my league? All right. So I don't see any questions about it. This is what all the stream was about. Was just about the division and how things are going, and in terms of it. Um, Tune in to all the games. The Predators or my game between Pittsburgh is already up, and the game between Florida and Boston was up. That game was really good. In terms of that game, main reason it came out pretty good is those two don't like each other, so they played really hard against each other. Came into overtime and Florida won it. But you can always go onto my channel and watch the games.